So while Shanghai struggles, China is chasing its world domination plans. A new threat has emerged. The Chinese military wants to expand its global foothold. It wants to build more bases abroad and send the People's Liberation Army there. We've known this for some time. Now Beijing has roped in the private sector for this mission. Chinese companies are trying to get their hands on strips of land around the world. One of them is the China SAM Enterprise Group. For 3 years now, it has tried to get a foothold in the Solomon Islands. Last month, we told you about China's plans to build a base there. The draft of the agreement had leaked. Solomon Islands had denied those reports. But before this whole thing came to light, the SAM Enterprise Group also tried to make some moves in the country. It tried to get an island in the Solomons on a lease. At least two possibilities were discussed. First, the SAM Enterprise Group tried to get the Tulagi Island on lease. It did not materialize. Then it tried to lease some land in Isabel. Once again, the proposal did not go through. In both cases, a 75-year-long lease was proposed. So why was the Chinese company trying to lease an island in the Solomons, and that too for 75 years? The answer lies in a letter. It was sent 2 years ago on behalf of the SAM Enterprise Group. The letter reveals the intentions of the company, and I have a copy with me. Allow me to quote from what it says. AVIC and China SAM Enterprise Group intended to study opportunities to develop naval and infrastructure projects on leased land for the People's Liberation Army Navy with exclusive rights for 75 years. AVIC is owned by the Chinese government. It operates in the aerospace and defense sector. The SAM Group may be a private enterprise, but it effectively works as an extension of the Chinese military. The China SAM Enterprise Group was founded in 1985. It is a Beijing-based conglomerate. China Jing'an is one of the companies that is part of this group. It was founded as a subsidiary of China's Ministry of Public Security. The SAM Enterprise Group does more for the Chinese state. It makes weapons, and weapons of all kinds, from pistols to patrol boats. China Xinjiang is another affiliate of this conglomerate. It works on projects abroad for the Chinese Ministry of Defense. The China SAM Enterprise Group is a massive company, and it has clear links with the Chinese military establishment. It produces and trades in weapons. It builds projects outside the country for the Chinese Ministry of Defense. The same company tried to lease out an island inside a strategically important country. Can this really be just a business deal? Well, there can be no doubt. Chinese investors are trying to get strategically important islands for Beijing, and the China SAM Enterprise Group is not the only one doing this. Multiple Chinese investors are involved in this effort. They either try to buy the islands or get a long-term lease. In some cases, the land is close to American allies or military installations. Sometimes these islands are part of key shipping lanes, or they overlook some important straits and channels. The Solomons is just one case study. A Chinese company tried to get an island near the Philippines too. It's called Fuga. Again, this island is strategically important. It is near the sea border with Taiwan. It falls between the South China Sea and the Pacific. Both Chinese and American Navy ships pass through Fuga while they are in transit. In 2019, a Chinese company tried to get a contract to build a smart city in Fuga. Unfortunately, the Navy of the Philippines sounded an alarm. The plan was called off. Now the Philippines will build its own naval station on Fuga. Cambodia, though, was not so fortunate. It gave a 99-year-long lease for an island to China, and this includes 20% of Cambodia's coastline. And these developments together confirm what many have speculated for a while. The Chinese private sector is not free. It is an extension of the Chinese state, even the Chinese military. And it is working to extend the influence of the Communist Party beyond China's borders. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.